Funko is always announcing new products, and today we're going to be taking a look at a bunch of the ones coming soon. Alrighty, let me grab my handy dandy laptop and let's get into this. Now what we're taking a look at today is all of the coming soon section on Funko.com, and we've got a lot to go through. The first set that we're going to be taking a look at here is the brand new wave of Funko Fusion characters. For the original waves of these guys, they kind of just made characters that were also in the game, but this time they're going a little bit farther and actually giving them their weapons that are exclusive to Funko Fusion. So we have Freddy Fazbear with Pizza Launcher, and there is also the Chase version. We also have Invincible with the Bloody Chase, and I guess that one doesn't have a weapon, but still, it is exclusive to this game. Then we have Colonel Sanders with his Nugget Launcher, and I love this figure, especially the Chase that goes along with it. They're honestly all just so good. And then everybody, the last figure they've got for this set is going to be Mega Man, where the Chase is actually the zombified version of him. And if you guys don't know, in the game, when you're playing the Shaun of the Dead level, if you get bit by a zombie, the character will turn into the zombie version. A really cool Easter egg that is now being added to a physical figure with the Chase. You just love to see it. And of course, they are going to have the Funko Fusion exclusive boxes, which I love. It's got like the lightning and it's purple. It's way more unique than just like a regular pop box. And now before we continue on with any of the new announcements, I do want to let you guys know something kind of crazy that happened recently. I've teamed up with Funko, and now if you go through my link in the description down below, anything you purchase on Funko.com directly helps the channel. Like, I'm not kidding, guys. You can buy anything you want on the website, and it helps out Top Pops. But that's only if you go through my link down below. So seriously, if you're thinking of buying anything, why not? And anyways, getting into the next announcement that we have here, it is going to be the Pop Plus of Iron Man, where he actually glows in the dark. I love how this figure looks, how he's got his arms out. It almost looks like he's stopping bullets or something shooting out of his hand. Either way, really, really well done. And it's really cool to see too, because the Pop Plus are now the same price as regular figures. You're not paying any extra, they're all the same, which definitely helps out when you're purchasing figures. It's just a lot easier to figure out. And then after that, we are getting into something brand new that Funko has never done before, and these are called shelf sitters. They're still Funko Pops, they come in the regular size box, but they have a little logo in the corner to let you know that they do have a flat base so you can sit it on the side of a shelf or maybe on your computer or something. The first series they're doing this with is actually going to be Hunter x Hunter, which totally makes sense. They're going to do it with an anime one first. And we have Gon, we've got Killua, we have, I don't know if I've ever read this person's name out loud. Kurapika? I hope I have that right. I haven't seen Hunter x Hunter, so I apologize. And then Leorio, which is also really, really sick. I love that they actually have like accessories that go along with them too, and it's nice because they have the base, they can do a little bit more with them. So like for example, Killua actually has a skateboard next to him, and then if you notice with Leorio, he actually has a little like briefcase next to him. Something that you wouldn't normally be able to do on a Funko Pop unless you like connect it to their leg or have it as like a little buddy on the side. It's a pretty nice detail. Now let's get into Nickelodeon, where we actually have some brand new Invader Zim figures. We've got Gurr in his dog disguise, and it looks like he's also drinking like a bit of a slushie as well. I'm trying to see if there's a name on that. No, it's just like a little like brain freeze picture. I'm sure it's specifically from the show. I just can't think of what it would have been called. And then we also have Zim laughing, which is a pretty detailed figure. I'm liking it a lot. There's something about the mouth on that one, as well as the arms to the side, and the way you can actually see his tongue with the teeth. It's really well done. And now for my League of Legends fans, we have 4 brand new ones coming out. And this is funny because a lot of these figures were actually announced over at San Diego Comic-Con during their panel, but it's nice to get actual glam shots too. Plus, we haven't talked about these on the channel yet. Anyways, back to League of Legends. We have Gwen, Lux, Yesu, as well as Temu with Mushroom, and these are all really amazing. I think my favorite one honestly has to be Temu with Mushroom. He's just so cute, and I really do like how it looks. Like, come on, like that little mushroom next to him, they totally didn't have to include it, but it's like the buddy in the box. It's also kind of crazy that more of these guys aren't Pop Plus technically, because they have so much going on with like the swords behind them and the staffs and the way that they're jumping with like the hair flowing. They really are like going above and beyond with these. Oh, now here's another really great one, everybody. We have Michael Scott with his That's What She Said speech bubble. I want this one for a meme review. I think it's going to be so great. And I do like how they're making it so the meme ones, or like just the ones with speech bubbles in general, have different font depending on what it's from. So if you take a look, it's actually a pretty good font that would go with The Office. It might even even be the same font they use for the actual title. I'm not 100% sure about that, but whatever it is, he looks really great. And I know that they've made so many Office figures, and I don't have all of them. I used to keep up with it, but more recently I've been kind of like picking out the ones that I really enjoy, and this is definitely one of those ones that I'm going to be getting. Now, a little while ago, I had seen a leaked list with names that were going to be coming up. There was no pictures, it just said like, hey, look out for these things coming soon. And one of them was Sonic Racers. And then when I saw what they were coming out with, it wasn't exactly what I was thinking. If you guys don't know, Sonic has a brand new racing game coming out, so I assumed it was going to be something to do with that. But then when I found out, it's actually a little bit different. We have Sonic Funko Racers. So it is the kind of like Hot Wheels equivalent of, you know, like these vinyl cars. And so for the set, we have Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and I believe Shadow. No, we have Amy. Sorry, I apologize. Even though Shadow would be a really cool one to see. It's funny, they were on separate pages, so I had to like swap over to find out what the fourth one was. And anyways, I think these are really great. I'm hoping that they also make, though, Sonic Racers ones in the future for the new game, because I think that would also go pretty hard. Like in the same set, we do Sonic, Hatsune Miku, Steve from Minecraft, the list goes on. Now this is a bit of a random one here, but we've got some sports figures coming out. 2 football, as well as 1 for racing. I guess I should probably say football or soccer. You know what I'm talking about. Either way, though, we have Lamine Yamal, as well as Erling Haaland, and Yuki Tsunoda, which I don't think I've ever said his last name out loud. It's kind of funny, but he's the Formula 1 racer. He's on Red Bull. We've never had him as a pop before, at least I don't think so. Definitely not in these colors here. And I think, honestly, all 3 of them look really great. Erling Haaland is honestly so cool with the way that they did him there, because they've never done a pop like that. Or at least a soccer pop like that. Seriously, so unique. Oh, right. Now, this next set that I've got here is one that I am honestly so pumped for. I have the original 2-pack of these 2, and I'm definitely going to need to get all of these ones as well. We have Cartoon Network, and of course, it is going to be the brand new Fiona and Cake figures. We've got Cake, of course, and I love how different Cake is compared to the original one. I think that's nice. They're not just like redoing it in the exact same mold again, or something like similar but updated. We're also getting Fiona, and she looks completely different as well. I think this is another really great one. And then for the first time ever, we're getting Simon with Crown, and that is really, really cool. Like, especially with the way they did the eyes, it looks exactly like Adventure Time, just a little bit more circular. Funny enough, everybody, I happen to have the 2-pack right next to me, so I thought I would show you, because this is what I'm talking about, like the classic Fiona and Cake figures. Like, I really do love these 2, and I'm glad it's not just like a rehashing of it years later. Okay, now we're getting into Welcome to Derry, which is the brand new It television show, and I guess I will show you guys these, but just know that they're a little bit creepy. They're a little more than a little bit creepy. We've got, some interesting ones here. Pennywise with head, which is probably one of the most gruesome figures I've seen in a long time, like with the way that it looks. And I don't know if it's a real head, but if I were to guess, it probably is. Ugh. Then we also have just a regular Pennywise, but they're calling him Pennywise the Dancing Clown, which totally makes sense. Then we have Bob Gray, Skeleton Man, another weird one with the teeth, and then we have Pennywise and Wagon. And what's funny about the Wagon is that they're actually calling it a pop town, not a pop ride. Which way would you guys have put that, the Wagon? Like, is it more of a standstill thing? It's not moving too much, but it has wheels, so it reminds me of a ride. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Ooh, yes. Okay, another translucent turtle coming soon. This is so great. This is now, I believe, their 2nd or 3rd different turtle, because I remember they did, I believe it was, see, it's so hard to remember because there's so many different sets of turtles. I want to say Mikey or Raphael, or it might even be Donatello. Either way, though, the one coming soon is Leonardo, and I love how these look, because I saw one in person a little while ago, and it really is cool how you can see right through it, even though it is like that kind of like murky green color. And so I think I'm gonna have to try and complete this set, just because if you guys have been watching the videos for a while, I love translucent figures. They're some of my favorite. And I guess it's kind of funny, getting back into Cartoon Network here, we've got a brand new Ben 10 with the Omnitrix on his arm, and then we're getting Heat Blast for the first time. If you guys don't know, we got a Swampfire figure a few years ago for Comic-Con. I think it was New York Comic-Con, if I'm not mistaken. So it's cool that we're finally getting another version of Ben 10. I think, honestly, Funko has killed it with this set, and I really am liking how they look. Ooh, and now these 2. My brother actually is a huge fan. He's been wanting JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Pops for years, and we are finally getting Joseph Joestar and Dio. I think they are amazing. Oh, and I can't forget Iggy. Do I wish they had their stands? Yes. Funko, if you can make that happen somehow, I would love to see it. Like, Dio is even kind of like leaning a little bit. They could totally fit something where they make like separate characters, or I don't know, maybe are they like testing the waters to see how these do and then going a little bit bigger, doing like a deluxe version, because it would technically be like two characters together. Like, would they make them separate pops, or would you do like a bigger moment? I'm not sure. Either way, though, they're doing so much anime. I'm sure there will be more coming in the future, and I cannot wait to see it. Oh, right. Now, we haven't even hit Halloween yet, but we already have a Christmas figure here that we have to talk about. It is from Santa Claus is Coming to Town. We've got Kris Kringle and Topper. I love the Pop Buddies. They're some of my favorites. We've been talking about them a lot today. Like, Iggy was one from JoJo's, and now we have Topper, and he's got that little scarf on. It's just so cute, and honestly, probably one of the reasons I'm going to be picking up this figure. Because don't get me wrong, I like Kris Kringle just as much as the next guy, but he's kind of a boring pop without having Topper in there. It's nice that they included him. Now we've got to jump into these sketch deco figures, because they've done some of them already. There was a few Disney ones that came out a little while ago, maybe some other sets too, but either way, the ones that I can think of mostly is like those Disney figures. And I think it's to kind of base them off of like the original sketches that you can sometimes even find in the parks. Like, there's that little art gallery at the front of, I'm thinking of like Magic Kingdom and then Disneyland, that you can actually like see them on the wall, and they've got them framed. It's really cool. Oh, you know what? Also in Disney's California Adventure, there's also that off the page store. Either way, there's a lot of different ones that you can check out, and they have stuff like this available, and you can even get your own sketches done. So to have these coming out, I think it's pretty sweet. We've got Aurora, Maleficent, Patch, who is a brand new dog that we have never seen before, now that I think about it, from 101 Dalmatians. Because before this, we only had Pongo and Perdita, so that is one that I am definitely going to have to pick up. It's a brand new dog. Now, if we could get another 100, never mind. Anyways, continuing here, we also have Cruella de Vil, White Rabbit, and the Cheshire Cat. Anyways, that's all of them, and they are looking pretty sweet, and I've got a couple of the original set. I'll probably be getting some of these too. Okay, I'm doing a little bit of jumping around, everybody, because I want to talk about a new product that was just recently announced. Very similar to the one that we talked about earlier with the sitting figures. We now have Pop Nooks officially announced. These are really sweet, because what's going to be happening with them, and they're not calling them like book nooks, because the idea is that you can actually slot these into your regular shelf once you take them out of the box. It's the exact same size as a regular Pop box, and so when you put it in there, it's almost like a little set that you can see on your shelf with the rest of your figures. It reminds me of the Bitty Pop Bitty boxes that they've been doing, and actually, I happen to have some right here. So this is like the exact same size as a regular Pop, but you can actually open it up. Whoa, sorry, there's bitties falling out. So there is like a little playset on the inside, almost like a Polly Pocket. And speaking of Polly Pockets, do I wish that they made a Polly Pocket one? Yes, and they should totally do it with like the clamshell actual figure that they made a long time ago. Well, actually, not even that long ago. There was a new one that came out, I believe, this year. And so anyways, the different nooks that they're going to be making are pretty sweet. And I know that there are more of them also coming soon, but the ones that they have up on the website at the moment is Tony Stark in his workshop. And he's actually like fixing his arm. I think that is so sweet. We have Will in the upside down. Do I wish he was this way? Yes, but I'll take it. It's still cool. And then we have Harry Potter in the cupboard underneath the stairs. And to have that with like all of the other Harry Potter figures is going to be so cool. And then everyone, the last thing that I want to talk about is the brand new limited edition figures that they've had recently, where most of them are selling out in the pre-sale time. Actually, I say most, I'm pretty sure it is all of them. I'm just scrolling through the website here because I wanted to talk about them a little bit, because it is crazy how well received they've been. Every single one of them has been selling out. And they've also been having some of those ones going to actual stores too, where they're like 9,500 pieces and every location gets a couple. It just happened the other day with Tusk over at GameStop, and they have been tough to get. We got a few of them here in Canada, but apparently they're coming out a little bit later, sometime in September. The good news is I was able to pre-order one, so fingers crossed it comes in all right. But anyways, what I wanted to talk about here mainly was that there is another one dropping on the 29th, and it's actually going to be the Itachi with Fireball Jutsu, and I actually have been having a lot of trouble getting these recently. There was the Chow coming out for Sonic, as well as Star Killer for Star Wars, and we had like some comic covers, and the only one I think recently I was able to get was that Hawk Girl himself from the new Superman movie. Like I said, everybody, it has been tough, but I am glad that this has been happening and they haven't just been like sitting up on the website. It means that people really want them. And so I'm hoping that Funko continues to do this in the future, and I cannot wait to see what they're going to be making for the limited edition section, because they're pretty sweet. And well, anyways, everybody, there we go. That is all of the new pops that I have to talk about today. And again, if you're thinking of doing some shopping over on Funko.com, definitely go through my link in the description down below, because it really does help out the channel. Like, why not? And literally every single figure that I talked about today is something that you could purchase on Funko.com in the future, or even out now. But seriously though, hope you guys enjoyed, have a great one, and I'll see you tomorrow!